He knows that we can see this, right? We have eyes. They can see it from the moon. It's such a bad job. But here's the thing. So that's what Trump's got there. There is this close-up, though. I apologize to the TD. Can we go back to graphic 1? This is insane. Perfect circle of orange on the front of his face. You went outside with that, buddy, and nobody said anything.
You've seen the photo of Trump's hand and maybe even laughed at the memes. But what you probably haven't heard is the full breakdown. The White House brushing it off with jokes about handshakes, Trump's doctor pulling out medical scan results, and experts pointing out what chronic venous insufficiency actually is. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what was speculation, what was medical reality, and why his hand became political controversy material overnight. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. How does one tiny patch of makeup on Trump's hand turn Twitter into a digital emergency room where half the internet suddenly thinks they're doctors? That's the beauty and the horror of online politics. One blurred photo and everyone is convinced Donnie Diapers is on his way to the ICU. The first close-up shots showed him waving, and if you zoomed in hard enough, you could see this little discolored patch that looked different from the rest of the orange spray tan job. People screenshotted it, circled it in red like they were solving the Zodiac case, and boom, viral wildfire.
Is Trump dying? Because it really seems like he might be dying a little bit, dying just a little bit in Virginia. And actually, can we go to graphic 2? We'll go back to the first one because that's even more ridiculous. But in graphic 2, you see, but anyway, that's what they went with. And so that's not looking good. And I mean, like I've never before seen one photo that proves this guy does not have a single person around him.
Pretty soon, wild theories were flying across timelines like confetti at a MAGA rally. Some people were sure it was a bandage hidden under makeup. Others swore it was a bruise from collapsing veins. A few creative souls suggested it was evidence of poor circulation. You know, the kind your grandma warns you about. And the dramatic crowd. They typed things like, "He's literally about to collapse," as if one photo was the warning sign before Trump keeled over on stage. Suddenly, what could have just been makeup smeared on a wrinkly hand became a nationwide WebMD search party with strangers acting like they earned a medical degree over lunch break. The funny part is how far apart the theories stretched. On TikTok, you'd find a teenager whispering into the camera about hidden strokes and government cover-ups, while cable news panels were having a straight-faced discussion about optics and questions about vitality. Imagine flipping between those two at the same time. It's the political version of entering a haunted house where the jump scares are just bad medical guesses. A bruise, a cut, or a badly blended makeup job became front-page speculation. And let's be honest, the internet loves a conspiracy more than Trump loves his tanning bed. One person tweets a blurry screenshot and suddenly everyone thinks they're Gregory House from that old medical drama, even though real experts have said 1,000 times over that you cannot and should not diagnose someone's health from a single photograph. That didn't stop anyone. People don't care about rules when it's Trump. They just see a weird spot and start writing headlines in their heads. The reason it spiraled so fast isn't only about the hand though. Presidents are treated like they should be indestructible robots. They are expected to never cough, never limp, never sweat, and definitely never bruise. The moment a mark shows up, it's like spotting a crack in Iron Man's suit. Suddenly, everyone swarms to predict a total system failure. That cultural expectation makes the smallest glitch headline worthy. It's not really about the bruise being serious, it's about the idea that Trump or any president has to project strength at all times. And that's why a little patch of makeup sent people into meltdown mode. It wasn't the bruise itself. Plenty of grandpas get bruises that nobody cares about. It was the thought that maybe Grumpy Trumpy wasn't as invincible as he pretends, which for many critics was too juicy to resist. But the twist here, after all of this online panicking, the dramatic theories didn't hold up. The reality turned out to be so simple, it was almost embarrassing how far people had stretched it. So when the Twitter doctors ran out of theories and reporters finally shoved microphones in the White House's face, what on earth did the official answer sound like? After all that internet chaos, the doctor's note finally came out, and the big question was simple. Was this going to be a bombshell or the the world's most boring letdown. Spoiler alert, it leaned way more toward boring, but the way we got there was almost as important as the note itself. Reporters had been asking nonstop about the weird bruise, and for days the White House brushed them off with a recycled talking point. Their explanation: Trump meets thousands of people, shakes countless hands, and stuff just happens. Basically, big deal. Next question. The problem is, that kind of vague response doesn't calm anyone down. It's like when you're 12, covered in red spots, and your mom insists you're just tired. That doesn't actually settle your nerves. It makes you think she's hiding something. And in Trump's case, that brushed off answer fed more suspicion. People wanted actual details, not a soundbite you could slap on a campaign sticker. It didn't help that the White House has a long track record of giving weird half answers about his health. Remember the mystery hospital visit years back? The press never really got clarity on that either. So when the official physician's note finally landed, people braced for a reveal, and here's where things surprised everyone. It was actually specific. Instead of the usual fluff about a healthy president, the doctor outlined that Trump deals with chronic venous insufficiency. Now, that sounds like a scary phrase, but it's basically circulation issues common in older adults. The blood doesn't flow back up from the legs quite like it used to, and the result can be swelling, or you guessed it, bruising. Combine that with a daily aspirin regimen. Yes, he takes it like a million other seniors to lower clot risk, and that makes the bruising much more visible. The note didn't just diagnose though, it straight up listed tests, cardiac scans, blood work, imaging. The results? Normal. No signs of heart failure, no hidden blood clots, nothing pointing to a serious disease. The hand bruise wasn't a sign of an impending collapse. It was more like nature's way of saying, you're almost 80 and you press your skin against podiums too hard. For the internet doctors expecting some shocking health crisis, this was a reality check they didn't want. So the massive online panic melted down to something very simple: getting older and taking aspirin. That's it. Nothing exotic, nothing scandalous. It's the exact same explanation your grandfather would get if he showed up at a clinic with random purple spots. And all that time, internet sleuths were drawing red circles and screaming, "Cover up!" The doctor was basically saying, nah, the man just bruises easy. Of course, what made it funny was watching how anticlimactic it all was. Imagine the hype of waiting for results like it's the finale of a TV show, only to be told the plot twist is wrinkles and a blood thinner. Honestly, what Grumpy Trumpy really needed wasn't a team of reporters chasing him around. It was a bottle of hand lotion and maybe a break from smearing orange foundation across his knuckles. You'd think the guy running for president again could afford a better concealer, but apparently not. The orange turd spent more time hiding spots than actually explaining them, and that's the heart of the whole saga. On the surface, the bruise was dull, but it became a headline because people don't trust what leaders tell them about their health. Every vague answer looks like deception. Every bruise feels like evidence. The medical note may have cleared up this particular hand drama, but it showed us something more important. It's never just about medicine, it's about trust, and whether anyone believes what's coming out of the White House. At the end of the day, Trump's hand drama wasn't about veins, bruises, or aspirin. It was about trust. Or really, the lack of it. People don't believe what presidents say about their health, and every vague answer becomes fuel for suspicion. Grumpy Trumpy just looked like he needed some lotion, not a surgeon. But because it's Trump, even a blotchy knuckle becomes front page gossip. That's the game now. Appearance versus reality turns into a political sport, and the next bruise, sniffle, or cough, you already know, it'll spark a brand new storyline waiting to explode across timelines.